There is a Plan N, which is just like a Plan G. People choose that sometimes for stability. It tends to be very stable. But it's got copays, $20 when you go see the doctor, $50 in the case of an emergency. That's not too bad. But then there's this thing called excess charges. What's that? Well, if a doctor or a provider, could be a doctor, a hospital, ambulance service, could be anything. If a provider says, I'm not agreeing to accept Medicare assignment, in other words, I'm not agreeing to accept Medicare's rates, Medicare says, okay, you can charge up to 15% above our rates. You can collect that for your services. And so that's called excess charges. That can sneak up on you. It's not a huge problem, but you got to know that it's out there, and that's one of the trade-offs here. And people say, well, I can just ask my doctor, do you accept my Plan N? Do you have excess charges? That's fine if you're just going to see your regular doctor. But again, let's go back to the scenario where you land in the hospital. How many of those providers that are involved in your services at the hospital, they're coming and going in your hospital room, you don't even know who those people are. You don't know if they took Medicare assignment. Did the anesthesiologist take Medicare assignment? I don't know. Did the nutritionist or this doctor that checked my heart and this doctor that checked my lungs, and you got all these different people coming in and out. You don't get to interview those people. They just show up. So this is one of the considerations. Most people who get a plan, a Medigap plan, they want to know, I pay my premiums, everything's covered. I don't want to have to worry about all of that. So for that reason, it's not quite as popular, but it is available. There's also a high-deductible Plan G. Now, it has the same coverage, but it has a high deductible, which really isn't that high, and it's really not even a deductible. It's a maximum out of pocket. Right now, it's $2,870. Now, that's going to go up over time. With this, you're going to get a substantially lower premium, and they're typically in the $60 to $70 a month range. I looked at one today, and it was less than $50. So that was for a lady in Florida. This can be a good solution for some people. I don't really care for it, and I'll tell you why. Because as we get older, our medical needs will likely increase. And this number, this high deductible, is going to increase over time. I don't know what that's going to be 10 years down the road or 15 years down the road. So, what I do know is that I'm not likely to want to have to meet that high deductible every year before my insurance kicks in whenever I'm having to go to the doctor more frequently.